British pop idol Tom Odell was in Istanbul over the weekend for a concert. Now, our showcase team got a chance to speak to the English singer-songwriter about his passion for music and the story behind his last album, Wrong Crowd.
Not everyone knows what career they want to pursue as a child, but for some, their road to fame begins at a very young age.
I remember it distinctly. I was about 9 or 10, and we had a little room in my house which had a sofa and a piano, and next to it was a keyboard. It's like a Casio keyboard on legs, on what do you call it, stand. And I remember playing it with my headphones. It had headphones. I remember playing it, and I came up with a melody, and it had a sort of, you know, it was like la 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 la, and I remember it very distinctly. And I ran into my parents who were watching TV, and I told them I'd written a song, and they said that's great. And I went back in there, and I remember feeling quite, like, I remember the sensation. Yeah, it's a similar sensation to how it feels now.
Carrying a piano around with him since he was very young, Tom Odell began writing songs at the age of 13, and by 2012, he released his debut extended play, Songs from Another Love.
I think the turning point for me is when I was about 15 or 16. Like, I was very, very into songwriting, but I was, you know, I didn't know anyone really that was a musician. I maybe had met like 2 or 3 musicians in my life, and it didn't seem like a very feasible plan. And I met a teacher that came to my school when I was 15 or 16, like, heard me singing under my breath, and he said you should keep going with this and keep doing it. And I think that was the turning point when I realised it could be a you know, like a feasible job.
After gaining international recognition in 2013 with his single Another Love, he released his second studio album, Wrong Crowd, in 2016, raking in millions of views on YouTube. Odell gives great importance to the stories being told through his music videos.
When I finished making Wrong Crowd, I had a lot of time before it came out, and I was like thinking a lot about a way of building a world which the album can inhabit in. And it was interesting. It happened, the stories over the 2 videos sort of progressed quite slowly. And I met this wonderful filmmaker called George Belfield, and we sort of totally got on with what our favourite films were. We're very interested in like sort of 70s films, and sort of European cinema and stuff. And we came up with this idea that this sort of like alter ego of myself, who's like sort of trapped in this world of indulgence and a world he doesn't want to be in, and he feels stuck in, and he's constantly playing between this idea of innocence, his sort of search for innocence, because he feels he's lost it. And so that's sort of like a running theme that goes across the album, and we've tried to make these films that follow that sort of narrative. And yeah, we ended up making like 5, I think. And the penultimate one was with Kevin Spacey, which was incredible, to sort of work with a Hollywood Oscar-winning actor, you know, and come up with that idea. And it was a lot of fun, yeah. Like, you know, I can't wait to do the next videos.
The singer-songwriter doesn't have a specific favorite song, but some of his works do portray significant and emotional moments from his personal life.
My grandma was stuck because of the snow or something, and it was Christmas, and I just recorded Grow Old Me, and it was way before the first album came out, and I said she couldn't drive, so I was like, I'll go and get her, and she lives in Dorset, which is like 2 hours away from where I grew up. And so I drove down there, picked her up, and drove her back. And in the car back, on the way back, I played her Grow Old Me. And I remember she really loved it. And so I remember after she died, I remember singing Grow Old Me was like the hardest thing I've ever done. Like I almost couldn't sing it. It just took me straight back to the car. And I think because I have such an emotional attachment to the songs, I think in that sort of vein, it's like they do sort of constantly change, and some I don't feel so connected to now, and I feel quite distant from. I don't recognize the writer.
Despite the hectic lifestyle that comes with fame, Odell's main focus is to create music.
I kind of feel like the journey I'm on is I'm trying to find good songs the whole time.
Although there's no set date yet, it doesn't seem like the young star is going to make his fans wait too long for new releases.